good morning and welcome to Community Fit, our MoveLab Foundations class. We're so excited to have kind of parsed out the foundations from the dynamic to kind of give everyone a different experience. If you're new to MoveLab, this is a great class to be in. If you're just deepening your practice with MoveLab and wanting to kind of slow down and really get into that relationship with your movement, this is the class for you. We're so excited for this next block that's going to last all the way up until Thanksgiving. So we have, of course, on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12:15, we have the MoveLab Dynamic. Wednesday mornings at 9 a.m. Foundations. And then, of course, we renamed Stress Reset to Rest and Restore. That's going to be Fridays at 12:15. So I see that James is on and we're about to start. So if you have any questions, I'm here in the background. Raymond's here. Thank you, Raymond, for being here this morning. And we'll be here to answer any questions, and James will be here at the end. So have a great class, everybody.
Welcome, everybody. Okay, as Alicia said, I'm James, and this is MoveLab Foundations. I thought we would start off the series with a chair. Why? Because we end up finding ourselves sitting a whole lot at home, at the office, wherever it is you are, traveling, there's always a chair. And so part of MoveLab is to begin to notice your environment, the room, the spaces you're in, as an invitation and an opportunity to move. So I thought, in order to invite and bring everyone along, no matter skill level, we would start in a chair. Now, if chair work is not your thing, and we're not just going to be sitting here the whole time, if chair work isn't your thing, know that MoveLab Foundations is going to explore and play in a variety of different environments. So sometimes we'll be on the floor, sometimes we may have a pillow, sometimes it may be a blanket, sometimes it may be a whole lot of different things. Today, we're using a chair. And as Alicia mentioned, what MoveLab Foundations is really about is slowing down. It's a depth-based practice. There's a lot of learning. There's a lot of learning about your body and the way it can move. So take your time. Take your time. It's really about discernment, meaning, is this the right choice for me? What is the next right choice for me? So that way, when you move on to or incorporate MoveLab Dynamics, the big, fancy, strength-building, movement puzzly work doesn't feel so daunting. So hopefully by now you have found some sort of chair that will work for you. This is just the chair that I have. It's just a standard chair. Office chairs will work. Dining room table chairs will work. Side tables will work. You just want to keep it something kind of small. Like, don't think big wingback, cushiony chair. That may not be the best option. Okay. Now, to get started, MoveLab, there's only one rule for MoveLab, and that rule is whatever you're doing it totally and completely 100% correct, because there is absolutely no wrong way for you to move. And if you are new to MoveLab, we have sort of a framework that we move along, always, no matter the version of MoveLab you play with. It's going to start off with some kind of breath work, move into a reset tool series, working directly with the nervous system, get right into play. Right into our movement work. Why? The breath work just gets us sort of centered, and that coupled with the reset work allows us to move up in our practice and calm back down. That's what the nervous system likes. That's what the body likes. It doesn't want to be up here for a half hour, hour long, right? And then crash. It wants to get excited, get worked up, and then relax. Get worked up, and then relax. So the reset tools, as we explore and play, pick one or two that really work for you. And when I say, and now do a reset tool, that's what I'm talking about, right? Like, and now calm yourself. That's what I'm talking about. I'll model it for you. I'll bring you along. So the breath work we are going to start off with today is a 4-7-8 breath work. We're going to do an inhale to a count of 4. We're going to hold our breath for a count of 7, and we're going to exhale for a count of 8. I'm going to play with the counts. Your job is to breathe. My job is to count. Again, inhale to 4, hold for 7, exhale for a count of 8. If it can go in through the nose, out through the mouth, all the better, but make it work. So get comfortable in your chair. Take an inhale like a normal human being. Exhale like a normal human being. And then together we're going to inhale to a count of 4, 3, 2, hold your breath. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale. 4, 3, 2, hold. 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, slower. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just breathe. If during the practice you're like, I can't do the 4-7-8, it's a short inhale, a little bit of a hold, and just remember exhaling for twice as long as you believe you've inhaled. Short, quick inhale, little pause, long exhalation. From there, bring your hands together, get them warmed up. We're going to take our nice warm hands, we're going to put them on the front of our throat here, and we're just going to relax into that. Now, if that doesn't feel good to you, maybe try it on the chest. You can always revisit which one felt better. Why? Because feeling the warmth, feeling good within the warmth, feeling good within the therapeutic touch is the tool. It's not about this. It's not about this. It's not about this. All options. This is also an option, but this is not the right option. It's just which one feels the best to you today. Now you can stay there and just enjoy that, or move forward into orientation. So for orientation, we're just going to begin to look around your space. And almost like you're receiving or intaking your space, like your space is coming to you. You are a willing recipient of the space. No need to stare, no need to move quickly. So you're just going to objectively name the things in the room. That might sound like plant, candle, door, window. I don't know. What's in your room? Then pause on something that brings you joy, that sort of sparks satisfaction. Maybe it looks interesting. It could be a photo you love, a picture you love, a view, better yet, a view out a window that you really love, your favorite plant or dog or cat or person. And just be there. Just kind of let that sink in. It's one of my personal practices recently. We'll get more into this on Friday. Is really pausing and intentionally intaking things that look beautiful, sound beautiful, feel nice in the body. I was on the coast over the weekend and it was like, oh, I just intentionally let the waves like hit my leg and not in like a very feeling sense sort of way. Like, do I know the temperature of this? When is the wave coming in? When is it going out? I don't think we do that enough. And those are the things our nervous system craves. So finding something that you like, just being in its presence for a bit. And then from there, the third option here might be shaking. So I can pick my hands up and I'm going to shake. And the point being to literally shake off the stress. Like stress was water after you washed off your hands, and you got to shake it all off. And then let it shake, 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 shake the whole body. Maybe you even want to shake your legs. Shake, 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 shake. So you've got a breath work thing, you've got a therapeutic touch thing, an orientation thing, and a shaking thing. All reset tools. You may know more. If you've been with me for a while, you definitely know more. Maybe pick some up along your journey. You can always use those. So let's go ahead and get started. Sitting in your chair, I want you to just sense the chair. How do you know you're sitting in that chair versus something else? What's touching you? How are you being touched by it? Then, can you allow your feet to just touch the floor? Really be there. And then sink into the chair, and then sit upright in the chair. And sink into the chair. Feel how the chair supports you. And then instead, choose to support yourself and lift up. Which one's right? Letting the chair support you or supporting yourself? The answer is both. Both are actually right. Depends, right? If I'm watching a movie, I want the chair to support me. And maybe if I'm sitting in a meeting or having an important conversation, I want everything to feel supported. I think sometimes we just aren't aware. And so we end up doing things that like are not supported at all. So am I allowing the chair to fully support me, or am I up? And those are options that you can play with today. I'm going to choose to support myself. And then I'm going to twist, and I'm going to take some breath. Exhale. Come back to middle. Twist. Now I can just do the twist, or I can use my senses. Meaning, as I twist, can I keep both butt cheeks, both legs, both feet fully grounded? What does that feel like? Versus, I'm twisting to the right, allowing myself to weight shift, and look at that, I can twist more. In order to come back, maybe I notice myself grounded. Twisting to the other side, letting myself twist more. I could also initiate that with visual sense, letting my eyes do the work to take and twist me. And I'm going to look for the thing that is most behind me over there. And then coming back with eyesight, letting my eyes do the twist. Looking for the thing that is most behind me. And coming back. Place your hands on your legs. Let your head drop. Let that big, heavy head continue to drop, 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 drop. Then lift the head. Let the head come up. Let your eyes look for what's above you. Maybe your eyes even look what's behind you. Hold. Tuck your chin. Look in front of you. Let your eyes look to the floor. It's like we're guiding ourselves with the senses all the way back down. This time, in order to go up, maybe I look up and maybe my hands push down to take me up. Drop my chin, and I let myself sink into gravity. 2 more. One more. Now, we're going to do the same thing going down, but we're going to come up on rotation. Lots of different ways you can do that. Now you know. You can use a sense of kinesthetic pressure, like how do I know I'm twisting? Am I pushing and pulling? Are my eyes looking for something? Or am I just like conceptually twisting? Sometimes we just like, oh, I'm twisting, and then maybe you're actually not twisting as much as you think you could, or as you actually can. So let's give it a go. I'm going to go down. I'm going to choose to twist to the left. So I'm going to let my eyes look up. I push down with my left arm first, and then I come up, 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 back to center. Let's do that left side again. I go down. I'm gonna look up. You might be different. And then other side. I look up. Finding your center. Allow yourself to now rock in your chair. It's like left butt cheek, right butt cheek. And can you allow your spine to get more and more supple? In MoveLab, I call this practice seaweed spine. So I'm imagining my spine is seaweed, and it's just going right and left. Now, we have a writing reflex, and likely you're doing it. What that looks like is keeping your head up instead of letting it go. If you can let it go, maybe it's not as big as this, maybe it's smaller, you know what's working for you. What's actually working is vestibular system, inner ear, balance, which feels really important for a lot of people and really foundational to movement. Then maybe I go over and I try to touch the floor. I go over and I try to touch the floor. I might even want to look for what I'm touching. One more. Coming back to center. I'm going to twist my chair just so you can see what's going on next. I'm going to move my hands kind of underneath my armpits here. Now, elbows are not going to be out to the side. Elbows are going to kind of be back, as if my elbows are trying to touch themselves behind my back. From there, I'm going to resist to the best of my ability using my legs. This is going to be upper body work. We're going to gently push down just to kind of hover the bum off the seat and then back down. Push down to gently hover and back down. Gently hover and back down. What we're looking for is just an awareness of like, oh, my muscles grip my bones and then they don't. And then there's a grip and an opening. Now, if you want more, I can grip and then really push. Come back to the grip and then soften, right? Versus up and kind of down. There's a gripping of the bone and then a push. Notice I'm not really using my legs. How do you know? Well, if I was using my legs, my hips would go forward. My hips are still kind of underneath my shoulders. Two more. One more. Shake it out a bit. Now, let's continue on with that. If the gripping is enough, that is enough, stay there. If not, let's now begin to incorporate the legs. We have 5 of these. Grip, straighten, legs push down to send my hips forward. I break at the hips or bend, fold at the hips, flex, sit back down. Push, straighten. There's a concept you will hear me refer to a lot in MoveLab. In order to go up, something needs to push down. And that is true always. We don't just come up. We push down in order to go up. We don't fly, we don't levitate. I wish sometimes we did. 2 more. One more. And down. From there, I'm going to move my right foot a little forward, and I'm going to let my left foot kind of come underneath me. Now, if you don't have a chair where you can get underneath you, it can be in front here, but I would suggest moving slightly forward in your chair. Why? We're gonna play with just weight shifting and back. Weight shifting and back. Weight shifting and back. That's a little bit above where you're at. Go here. And if you have that, in order to come up, something's got to push down. My back heel pushes down, and then I'm back. Weight shift, push to come up. Weight shift, push to come up. One more. Weight shift, push to come up. Let's switch sides. This side and this side. Starts off with just movement, a movement. We can be here, a little movement. And then I'm going to come up and back down. A little movement, push down to go up. If I need, I can be here. One more. Great. If that was difficult, stay there, play with that. We're going to add to it with another MoveLab concept, and that is little shapes and big shapes. Sometimes in movement practices and exercise, we get really caught up on like, where are my legs supposed to be? What are my arms supposed to be doing? What are the muscles I'm supposed to be squeezing? And MoveLab is an invitation to just sort of let all of that go and find the lowest common denominator thing first. Here, it's sitting in a chair, standing up. Sitting in a chair, standing up. Sitting in a chair. That's the drill. That's the exercise. We're going to layer into that a concept. Concept is little shapes, big shapes. So sit. Maybe your right foot is in front, left foot is behind, or the other side. You choose whichever one's easier for you, and make the littlest shape here you can make. Then stand up and make the biggest shape you can make. I'm going to scooch back. Again, little shapes, stand, big shape. Little, big. Little, big. Now, I bet you just did the same little shapes and the same big shape over and over and over again. Because most of us are adults here, and that's just what we do. We think of probability. Let's shift gears into possibility, and let's baby step it there. So go little, and just move your right arm somewhere else. And you've just changed your little shape. Then stand up, go big, look at your left hand. You have just changed your big shape. Now, sit back down, go little. Maybe look somewhere different and move your left hand somewhere different. You've really changed that shape. Go big, move your arms somewhere else. You've just really changed that shape. So pick another big shape, another big shape, another big shape, another big shape, another big shape. Sit down, go little, go little, go little, go little, go big, go little, go big, go little, go big, go little, rest. Reset practice. Switch legs. Go little. Remember, in order to go up, something's got to push down. My back heel pushes down. Maybe it doesn't reach the floor, but it's pushing and reaching for that floor. And I go big. I sit down. And I go little. I go big, I go little. I go big, I go little. I go big, and little. I change my little shape. I change it again. I change it again. I go big. Different big shape. Different big shape. Different big shape. I go little. I go big. Little, big. Little, big. Little, big. Rest. Reset. Maybe there's some orientation. What's that pretty thing? Where is that at? Now, we've already begun to work on balance a bit. Rocking, right? Seaweed's fine. For some people, this is already really difficult to allow the horizon line to shift and change, to get that soft and supple. So if this is difficult for you, if your system is already like, I don't know about this, and I think that's important too. Difficult doesn't necessarily only mean muscularly difficult. Difficult might also be nervous system difficult. For this, it might be vestibular, like, oh, this is really rocky, I don't know. It may be emotionally difficult, like, oh, I don't like this. This reminds me of that one time I was on a boat and blah, blah, blah. Those are all really important noticings. It's not just about like, ooh, I don't have the muscular capability to do this. It's the system. Is my system okay with this? The constellation of me, am I okay with this? And if you are okay with that, maybe we stand up and we go right and left. And I get into that seaweed spine a bit. And maybe even like some bent knees with that. Maybe even some floaty arms with that. I could look in the direction that I'm going. I could look away from the direction I'm going. And then slowly find my center. From there, bring your feet together more or less, and go ahead and sit back down. From there, we're gonna lift both heels and then set them back down. I like to take a look down. If you look on the screen here, you can kind of see my feet. Here's what we want to avoid. I'll make this leg do the right thing, the normal pathological movement of the body. And we'll make this leg do the thing that it's inclined to do, which is sort of go out like that. And I've really got to work to make this thing happen. So I'm really working that I'm pointing and flexing, going down, coming back up, tracking in a pleasing way. And the best way I have found is to kind of look down. Now, most of us have 10 toes. I don't know how many you have, but I invite all 10 toes of mine to push down into the floor, kind of like they're gripping. Less with the toenails and more with like the length of the fingers. This muscle that we're working in the toes and in the foot is the leading, most important muscle for balance. So it's not your core. Surprise! It's really in the toes. So we're really working to wake up and strengthen those guys because we're getting into some balance work. Now, as I say this, if the seaweed spine stuff is difficult, stay there. If the up and down thing is difficult, stay there. If big shapes and little shapes are difficult, stay there because the balance work is a culmination. It's the intersection of all of those. So now I'm going to stand up. I've got 10 toes that are very, very active. I'm going to weight shift to my right leg. I'm going to lift left foot like so. And I'm just going to test the water. Like, am I okay here in what's called static balance? And if I am I okay here in sort of dynamic balance? And if so, can I lift this leg? Play with some dynamic or play with static balance. 5 toes really working. Then other side. I lift. I'm over here. Am I okay with this version of balance? Am I okay with this version of balance? If so, I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to go here. Sitting it back down, all the way down. If one of those bits and pieces are difficult, feels important to you, please stay there. And if you'd like more, come with me. Go little. Stand up. Go big. One leg, balance. Bigger, bigger oceanic shapes. Foot goes down, all the way down. Switch legs. Little shape. Standing up. Big shape. Balance. Play. Sitting down. Other side. Little, go big. Play. Back down. Little, go big. Play. Maybe even over here. Maybe even over here. Maybe here. Maybe here. Maybe I go down. Up. Down. One more. Up. And then let yourself be supported by the chair. Place your hands on your heart. Take a nice deep inhale into your own heart, into your own body, into your own hands, and tell yourself, thank you for showing up today. You did a really good thing for your body. Take a look at your room. You played an active participant. It was a role in your exercise program today, especially your chair. Take a look at the chair. I invite you every time you look at a chair to not only see something to rest in, but something to move with, like a partner in the movement. So when you're like, oh, I should really exercise, should really move more, you can do that right here. Then take a look at anyone you see on screen, anyone in the room with you. Thank your community for showing up with you today, and we thank you for coming into our community and inviting us into yours. I'm James, and if you want a little more action, stay tuned for tomorrow's MoveLab Dynamic. And if you're like, I could really use some reset and restore, a way to rest, or a way to reconnect and get rid of some tension, join us on Friday. So I'll stick around for a bit. Thank you so much.
Thank you, James. Sorry, I was a little late coming back on. I couldn't find my mouse. It fell. So great class, everybody. You did have a question in there, James, about your beautiful plants.
Right. Yeah. So that Monstera that looks super beautiful. So I have a love-hate relationship with Monsteras. And if people are like, what's a Monstera? It's that one right there. I have a love-hate relationship with Monstera. They tend to do really well and then like spontaneously decide to die. And this one has been doing so well for a year and a half. And last week, it's now doing the, and I've changed my mind and it's spontaneously dying. So enjoy it while it lasts, because I don't know how much longer it will be there. As you can see, I have a decently green thumb. It's just me and Monsteras do not love each other, and yet I keep trying. So I don't know. I wish I had a better answer to tell you. I don't know. That's one of my plants that I'm like, I don't know. Well,
your plants are beautiful. I do not have one living plant in my house because I can't seem to do it. I have a black thumb, I think. Anyway, it was so great to see so many returning students. Thank you for being along the ride with us for such a long time. I saw Donna and Stella on here. Yeah. They've been here since the very, very beginning. Kim, a lot of you guys. So thank you very much. And for all of you who are new, thank you for joining us. If you ever have any questions, you can reach out to either James or I. I'll put our emails in the chat here. But other than that, we have MoveLab Dynamic tomorrow, 12:15, and then we have Rest and Restore 12:15 on Friday. So hope to see you guys soon. And I'll put our stuff, I can't multitask, I can't type and talk at the same time. So as soon as I log off, I will put our emails in there.
Yes.
Raymond, if you can just keep it on for a few minutes so people can grab it. Other than that, we'll see you soon.
Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.